Okay, so question 1. What is the difference in art and non-art? So art is an expression of a person's creativity or imagination, usually in a visual form. It's used to stir up the viewer's own thoughts and emotions and make them think. Non-art is used to create a specific emotional response, and it only differs from art because it rejects the conventional methods of art. However, anything can become art, and art remains the same thing in every language. Question 2, how is seeing art in person instead of in a book different for you? So in person, you can see a lot of small details, you can see the actual brush strokes, and you can actually see like the actual lighting on the painting, all of which you can't see in a textbook. And seeing the artworks in person, you can also witness how other people are reacting to seeing the artwork and how their body language is looking at it. And seeing it in person, you can see like the actual like how big it is or actually how small it is, when in a book you really can't, depict that. Question 3. What do you think about people risking their lives for some of the art you witnessed? So I personally don't think someone should risk their life for a piece of artwork, because I believe that their life is worth much more and they have more talent to show the world. However, because they risked their lives for those pieces of art, we were able to see timeless pieces of history that show what people were thinking during that time, feeling during that time, experiencing during that time. And I know it's cliche, but a picture is worth 1,000 words and is worth more than writing, because it shows exactly what people, again, were feeling and going through, and leaves room, and like art actually leaves room for the viewer's own interpretation and opinions. Question 4, explain the moments you experienced wonder. So I experienced wonder when thinking about the artist's inspiration for their artwork. I also wondered how much time the artist actually spent on creating the artwork. I know like we would research and actually look up the actual time, and it would say like about a year, most likely, usually, but like how much time did they actually like spend working on that artwork? Some of the more abstract pieces, like messier abstract pieces, I wondered if anything in the artwork was a mistake or if it was all strategically placed on purpose. Question 5, how do you think this trip and your experience will affect your future self? So I personally felt that we got to see so much while we were there. I felt very satisfied with seeing everything. And I would love being able to experience another culture with a foreign language, which really pushed me out of my comfort zone. And I now feel like it'll be easier to try new things. I really had to learn how to manage my time and get work done efficiently while having like other things to do, other responsibilities to accomplish. I felt that I became a lot more independent on this trip, just because we had to learn how to do a lot more things, on our own, and the professors weren't, y'all weren't just, have to do this, y'all just had to be here at a certain time, and we had, time to do whatever we wanted, to do things on our own, and felt like that helped all of us grow as people. One of the biggest things I learned and will take away from this experience is how much I appreciate the difference in cultures between Europe and America. It's just a very different lifestyle and just a very different way of living over there. We live very similarly, but ultimately very different lives, which makes me think that, the perfect ideal here, like of life in America, is way different than over there. And like, that's not the only way to live successfully. Okay, and here is my scrapbook, page 1. This is my London page. That's Buckingham Palace, London architecture, the Tube. My page 2 is Paris with the metro ticket and some pictures, and that's it.